Good morning, guys and girls. Rob with you here. And we're going to talk about the playoff scenarios as they are right now. First off, let's start with the Dallas Cowboys. They come off of a 20-some point spanking of the Eagles. Eagles made it clear they were not worried about last night, and they weren't. And we'll see if it hurts them. It may not. Um, so this is the way things happen now with Dallas. Everything depends on what Tampa and the Rams do, and the Cardinals to a point. Cardinals could still get number 3, okay? But they can't pass Tampa, okay? So let's say the Rams and Tampa loses today and the Cardinals win. Dallas will jump all the way to number 2. They would jump all the way to number 2. If the Cardinals win, let's say the Rams lose and Tampa wins, Tampa will be number 2. I think Dallas is then number 3, and then the Cardinals are number 4, and they'll play number 5, the Rams. And Dallas would then play Dallas would then possibly play the Saints or the 49ers. That's who they would play next week. 49ers are in if they win, or a Saints loss. Saints have got to win, and the 49ers lose. Okay. So the Bills in New England, either one of those teams could still win the NFC East. If the Bills win, they win the division. Bills lose, New England wins, they win the division. Now, the Colts, they win, they're pretty much in, or a Dolphins, Steelers, Chargers loss. And that's the way that would be. Any of those could lose, and the Colts are in if they win. So they got a pretty good chance. Tennessee, they win today. They're number 1 seed. They're off next week. So we'll see what happens. Baltimore win. Losses by the Colts, Chargers, and Dolphins. They're in. But they got a lot, Colts, Chargers, and Dolphins. That could happen early. Colts loss and no tie between the Chargers and Vegas. As long as Pittsburgh wins, they're in. But that's still tough, though, with the Colts having to lose. Coaches on the hot seat. I'm understanding there's one coach that has been told that if he wants to come back next year, he will be able to come back, and his name's Mike Tomlin. I'm understanding that the Steelers realize the situation. I thought at first they were definitely going to let him go. I don't think so now. And we'll see what happens there. I think Tomlin has bought himself another year, win or lose. We'll see what happens. That's going to be interesting. The names of the guys that are probably out of here. Vic Fangio could get fired by as early as 2 o'clock today, Eastern time. So it'd be noon in Denver. I think there's a good chance he goes. David Culley, interim coach down in Houston. Every indication is David Culley is gone. Mike Zimmer in Minnesota. Mike Zimmer is gone. They're win or lose today, they don't care. Mike Zimmer is gonna be fired. Matt Nagy, and I didn't really realize this. Matt Nagy has a winning record in Chicago. Mike Tomlin's career record, I don't know. Let me look and see. Mike Tomlin's career record with Pittsburgh. 161, 93, and 2. And a Super Bowl. Yeah. 161, 93, and 2. So let's put that there. Yeah. And a Super Bowl. All right. But, have you caught everything I said so far, Alex? What's up, Philip? Vic Fangio looks like he's out. David Culley looks like he's out. Mike Zimmer looks like he's out. Matt Nagy with a 34-30 record in Chicago looks like he's out. Joe Judge, we really don't know the situation yet with Gettleman. Dave Gettleman, it's understood that Dave Gettleman is going to get fired as a GM. If he does, Joe Judge will get fired. Matt Rule down in Carolina, he's going to be out of here. They're going to get rid of him. Robert Salah with the Jets. That's an interesting one because the Jets have talked about making some moves in the offseason, but by all indications, Robert Salah's job is safe. So we'll see what happens there. Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll walks. I don't think they're going to fire him, but I think he will walk. I think the writing's on the wall for him. Hold on. John Harbaugh, Baltimore. I think he's out. I think he's gone. Mike Tomlin, I understand he will be staying put. If he wants to stay, the job is there for him. Now, he may want out. I'm not going to promise you that. But Pittsburgh, the staff, the ownership group wants, what's up, Darius? Pittsburgh's ownership wants Mike Tomlin to stay. And they have even had talks with him about staying. We don't know, obviously we don't know what's in Mike Tomlin's head. He may want to go. There's still a couple of maybe possible college jobs out there. If they are, they're not the best or shiniest, that's for sure. And there's some really good pro jobs out there. I'm saying Baltimore's is going to be open. Minnesota's is going to be open. All you need pretty much out there in Denver is a quarterback. That job's going to be open. Carolina, that's not a shiny job there. Pete Carroll's job out in Seattle, I don't know who wants that job. I really don't. And then Joe Judge's job with the Giants, they're in a rebuild. But I'm understanding Mike Tomlin is safe at Pittsburgh now. So to me, the most interesting jobs would be definitely at Denver and Baltimore. Vita Vea. Who is Vita Vea? The Buccaneers. Vita Vea. I don't know who that is. Is he who is Vita Vea? I don't know who that is. I don't know. Defensive tackle. Okay. All right. 73 million. Yep. I got it right here. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. I see him now. He's not been the one that's been making all the plays for him, though. JPP's the one that's been making the plays. But it's a perfect time to sign him. Um, Bills win, they win the division. Bills lose, New England wins, New England wins the division. Raiders and Chargers, you win, you in. Whichever team wins is in. San Francisco wins, they're in. Or a Saints loss. Saints win and a San Francisco loss. Saints will go to number 6. Eagles are stuck at number 7 now. So, and then Dallas is number 4 right now. They could go as high as number 2. Vic Fangio did. I said he would get us fired by as early as noon today, Eastern time, 2:00. Vic Fangio is done. Is he? Wow. Vic Fangio. Yep. It is official. He's the first one to lose his job. So he's out. He's out at Denver. Yeah. You got to wonder how soon maybe John Harbaugh loses his job. I think he will. I still think he will. I think Jim Harbaugh will move to the NFL. It really would be something if John Harbaugh ended up going to Michigan. Wouldn't that be something? Wow. If all those jobs were available, I'd take a Baltimore job or the Denver job. Denver's got a great defense. It's tougher. Both of them's tough divisions, though, because you got Kansas City, the Raiders, and the Chargers out there with the Broncos, where if you go to Baltimore, you got Bengals, Browns, and Steelers. That's a rough and tough division, too. Mike Zimmer's job wouldn't be the worst in the world to have. It really wouldn't. And the way the Texans played this year for David Culley, if they could get that kind of effort every game, all you got is Jacksonville twice, the Colts twice, and Titans twice. Pretty tough division, but not as tough as some of the others. Seattle coach, why do you want to play the 49ers twice, the Rams twice, and the Cardinals twice? That makes no sense. I think Tomlin stays, so I'm going to say Tomlin will stay in Pittsburgh. Wow. Matt Rule, if he leaves, you got New Orleans twice, Tampa twice, and the Falcons twice. That's no walk in the park. Joe Judge, you got to rebuild so much there. You got the Eagles twice, Washington twice, and Dallas twice. Mike Zimmer's job looks a lot better right now than it did 5 minutes ago, where they play Lions twice, the Bears twice, and Green Bay twice. So, get yourself a quarterback. You need a little bit more defense too. I think Minnesota could use some defensive help. So Vic Fangio is fired. First one to get fired. And now should be very interesting as to who any of these guys go after. Fired NFL coaches. I still say the guy from the Texans will still get fired. Fangio went 19-30 in 3 seasons, so that he didn't quite. His first season, he jumped into the middle of the fire. Jaguars coach. Why would any coach take this job? Yeah. And that one's open too. Yeah. Kellen Moore. A lot of people says Kellen Moore is going to go to the Seahawks. Giants, Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator from New England. So we'll see what happens there. Vic Fangio, after 3 seasons, is gone. Yep. So, and the Dolphins with Flores, we don't know about him yet. He could still get fired. I don't think he will, but he could. He could. Thought maybe I'd have some help this morning. I'm not feeling the greatest. I took a pill. It's been stuck down my throat. So I'm going to head out, guys. You tell me next time we are on here live, who would you think you would want to take whose job? Fangio's job's not the worst. Harbaugh's job's not the worst. And Zimmer's job's not the worst. I would say, and Darius says he thinks McDaniel will stay. I don't think he goes to the Giants. There's much better jobs than that out there. If McDaniel leaves, maybe he goes to somewhere like Baltimore. They could probably use a different offensive outlook. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I'll see you again. My name's Rob. Thanks a lot for joining and watching the channel. Thanks. Bye-bye.